Hi, this is the mastery topic that involves simplifying and evaluating algebraic expressions and solving linear equations. This will be a topic that you're expected to have mastered by mid quarter one. So I'm just going to start out here by looking at problem number 141. The first problem for problem 141, which is on page 20 of your book, is 4 times x minus 1 minus 2 times 3x plus 5 equals negative 3x minus 1. And the directions simply are asking me to solve this and then check my answer. It's a pretty big problem to solve because there's a lot going on, but that's why it's a good homework problem for you, because then you can practice all the simplifying techniques that you've learned over the last few years. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the parentheses by distributing in the number in front of the parentheses. So 4 times the quantity x minus 1 is really 4x minus 4. Now this next part gets a little bit tricky because you see there's a minus sign, and then I want to distribute in the 2 to that set of parentheses. What some students do is they think of this as being a plus negative, and that really is helpful if you find these particularly tricky. So let's do it that way. So I'm going to say plus, and now negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x, and negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Okay, the rest stays the same. So that'll just help you not make little errors with the changing of signs that occurs whenever you're distributing when there's a minus in there. Up to you if you want to use it or not. Now I'm going to combine like terms if they're on the same side of the equal sign. So I'm just looking at this side of the equal sign, looking for like terms, and I see I have a 4x and a negative 6x. Those combine to be negative 2x. And then the other like terms I see are this negative 4 and negative 10, which is negative 14. Now students are always saying, well, that's a minus 4. Yes, that's a minus 4, meaning the same exact thing as negative 4. The rest of this just stays the same because there's nothing to combine with 3x minus 1. There are no like terms. Okay, now I'm going to start solving for x. So I have to get all the x's on one side of this equation and all the numbers on the other side. So I'm going to start out by adding 3x to both sides. And when I do that, I have negative 2x plus 3x, which is just 1x. And on this side, I have 0 minus 1, which is negative 1. And then the last thing I'm going to do over here is I'm going to add 14 to both sides. And over here, I have x plus 0, which is just x, and negative 1 plus 14, which is 13. So my answer is that x equals 13. Now, if that's true, it should work when I plug it in up here. So wherever I see an x, I'm going to plug in a 13, and I'm going to see if this works out. So let's see. It's 4 times 13 minus 1, which is 12, minus 2 times 39 plus 5 is 44. So again, I got that because 3 times 13 is 39, and I added 5 to it, and that's how I got the 44. Does that equal negative 3 times 13 is negative 39 minus 1? Well, let's see. 4 times 12 is 48, minus 2 times 44 is 88, and I'm wondering if that equals negative 39 minus 1, which is negative 40. Yes, it does, because 88 minus 48 would be 40, but this is a negative 88, and so that's going to be negative 40. And so it checks. When I ask you to check, this is what I'd like to see. Not I put it in my calculator. So I know that 13 is the right answer.